Hello students, welcome back to our science lecture. We had started the lesson number 8, that is pollution, from our portion. Pollution we had finished, I think, first page and the half part of the second page. We were doing reasons of air pollution. I hope you all have read the lesson after I finished my lecture and you all know what is given in the next part of the lesson. In the previous lecture, I had made you all learn definition of pollution, definition of pollutants, definition of air pollution. And I told you all to be very thorough with the definitions, learn and keep it in your mind. You will need this concept of, it is a general concept, pollution. You hear it from when you were very small. Pollution, pollution. Pollution takes place in air, in water, in soil, and there is sound pollution also. So students, we were doing about air pollution, detailed study of air pollution we were doing. What is air pollution we had studied? It is the contamination. Contamination means somewhere which is not good for health. Contamination of air, that is impure air. Air becomes impure. It is not fit for breathing. Contamination of air. By what? By harmful substances. Air is contaminated by harmful substances. Like which are the harmful substances? Poisonous gases released by the factories and industries, then smoke coming out of the vehicles, particulate matter and microbes from the soil. Because of all these harmful substances, air pollution is caused to a large extent. So definition is contamination of air by harmful substances like poisonous gases, smoke, particulate matter and microbes. That concept is called as air pollution. Then we had started with the reasons of air pollution. Air pollution is caused due to what? The reasons are divided into two parts. Air pollution is caused by natural reasons also and man-made reasons also. So we have to study them according to the columns given in the textbook. We are on the chapter pollution. Pollution, the reasons for pollution is natural reasons we had studied that day, students. Now we come to man-made reasons. How human beings, how man is responsible for air pollution in the surrounding. See, first reason that is causing air pollution is fuel. Because of the burning of fuel, lot of air pollution is caused. See, they have explained. Burning of fuel like coal, timber, LPG. LPG is liquid petroleum gas which is filled in our cylinders, LPG. Kerosene, diesel, petrol. What happens when these fuels burn? These are all the names of fuels: coal, timber, LPG, kerosene, petrol, diesel and kerosene. Yes, kerosene, diesel, petrol. They release. What do they release? How do they cause air pollution? They release a large amount of carbon dioxide gas, carbon monoxide gas and also nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, lead compounds. And after these fuels burn, all these harmful poisonous gases are released in the air. And then there is a lot of air pollution around us which is not good for our health. So fuels are burnt, and because of that burning fuels, after they burn, they release carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. You have to learn these names of poisonous gases: carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, lead compounds. All these are harmful poisonous gases which are released after burning of fuels. They are released in the air and they cause air pollution. Then burning of solid waste means near the big dustbins. Big dustbins are put up on the roads, to the side of the roads. If that, there is all solid waste in that. If that is burnt, if that is made to burn, so what will happen? Poisonous gases will be released from that burnt solid waste. Like if plastic is burning, a different type of smoke is released that causes air pollution. Then agricultural waste. When agricultural waste that is collected in the farms. Farming is called as agriculture. Agricultural waste, when it is burnt in open space, it causes air pollution. The fumes, the smoke coming out after burning, it causes air pollution. So these are the man-made reasons, the first point where man is responsible for causing air pollution. Then the next main reason is industrialization. Industrialization means where production takes place, that place is called as industries, any type of production. Industries, there big machineries are set up, I told you in the previous lecture. That machineries, you must have seen with your own eyes practically, they emit black color smoke to a large extent, and that smoke, it goes in the air and causes pollution. That air is not fit for breathing. So smoke is released in large quantity. From where? Smoke is released in large quantity from various factories. So factories are responsible for release of smoke. Then sulfur powder, nitrogen oxide and cotton seed powder is released in the air from factories. Factories release what? They release sulfur powder, they release nitrogen oxide and they release cotton seeds powder in the air, which is making the environment dangerous, which is making the environment cause a lot of air pollution. Then the third man-made reason is atomic energy plants and blast. This is also the reason that is man is responsible for air pollution. Use of elements like uranium, thorium, graphite, plutonium release radiations in the air and thus pollution occurs. So atomic power plants and blast are also responsible to cause air pollution to a large extent. So these are the natural reasons and man-made reasons responsible for air pollution. Students, now we come to the next page. See, I told you government has cut out some part from your portion. I told you in the previous lecture. So from page number 56 you have to cut out peeping in the history paragraph. That government has removed from your portion. Then internet, my friend, means you have to use your internet, your mobiles, your laptops where internet is connected and find out this information asked. Collect information about larger volcanoes of the world. Then you have to collect information about effects of air pollution on human health. Because of air pollution, what happens to the health of human beings from large cities and villages from Maharashtra. If you type this on your internet site, you will get all the information in detail. Now down we come to the table number 8.4. There they have given air pollutants, they have given sources and the effects. This table is very important from your portion point of view. So you have to be very thorough with the table. That is, they have given the first air pollutant. These are all names of harmful gases which causes pollution. First is sulfur dioxide, SO2. First gas is sulfur dioxide. See, from where does it come from? It comes from factories where coal and mineral oil is used as fuel. The factories whose machineries work on coal and mineral oil, they release a large amount of smoke, through which sulfur dioxide is released in the air. So factories are responsible for release of sulfur dioxide. And what happens because of that release of sulfur dioxide? It causes irritation of eyes. Our eyes, we will have to suffer problems of eyes. We will have to suffer problems of respiratory tract, that means breathing problem, asthma problem, that will be caused. Excess mucus means like cold, excess of mucus will come from our nose, cough will be there and breathing problem will be there because of this release of sulfur dioxide from factories. All these are the problems which will be caused. The next pollutant is carbon monoxide, that is CO. Carbon dioxide is CO2, carbon monoxide is only CO. So from where does this CO is released? Carbon monoxide is released from vehicles and It is released from smoke coming out from vehicles and industries. Carbon monoxide gas, it is a harmful pollutant and it is released from smoke coming out from vehicles which run on fuels and from industries which run on fuels. What happens because of this carbon monoxide release? What effect is there? There is lowered oxygen carrying capacity of blood. Our blood has oxygen carrying capacity. Our blood in our body, it supplies oxygen to all the parts of the body. Through blood in our body, oxygen is supplied to all the parts, and because of that all the body parts function smoothly. So what happens because of this release of carbon monoxide? There will be lowered oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. The oxygen carrying capacity of the blood will be going on at a low rate. It will not go as fast as it was going first. The third air pollutant is oxides of nitrogen or nitrogen oxide. It comes out from smoke of vehicles, that is called as vehicular smoke. What happens because of that release of oxides of nitrogen? It causes irritation of respiratory tract. Respiratory tract means we breathe in air and breathe out air, breathing process, that is called as respiratory tract. And also it affects the lungs. What? Oxides of nitrogen that are coming out from smoke of vehicles. Next is particulate matter, means very small particles of matter. From where does they come out? They come out from vehicular smoke and industrial smoke. And what do? They cause a disease called as silicosis. Disease called as silicosis is caused. Next, pesticides. Pesticides are also air pollutants. They are produced due to use of pesticides. They are produced due to use of pesticides on a large scale. What happens because of it? There is mental weakness and death due to prolonged exposure. If we are exposed to that pesticides for a long time, we may fall ill and finally we may die. And also there will be mentally we will become weak. Our brain will not function properly, that is called as mental weakness. Then methane. Methane is an air pollutant which is caused due to industrial leakage. When there is leakage in industries and factories, that time methane gas is released. What happens because of that? It causes poisoning, skin cancer. We get skin cancer because of methane gas, and that is poisonous, that is not good. Then asthma can be caused. Asthma is a breathing disorder, and respiratory diseases may occur due to release of this methane gas from industry leakage, from leakage caused in the industries. So I hope you all are done with the table along with me. You all have understood what the table is trying to tell us. So now we come to the point, do you know? Worst ever industrial accident has been occurred in Bhopal. In Bhopal, there was a worst accident. There was a gas leakage. In Bhopal, in an industry, there was a severe gas leakage in which many people had to lose their lives because that gas leakage could not be brought under control. They have given here. Worst ever industrial accident has been occurred in Bhopal on the night of 2nd December 1984. 1984 means 37 years back. This gas leakage, this accident had occurred on 2nd December. 8,000 people had been died. See the number of people, those who fell victim to that accident. 8,000 people died in that industry due to accidental gas leakage. You must have seen in many movies, like nowadays the recent movie, Bharat movie you had seen. Many of you must have seen Salman Khan's. In that also they showed gas leakage, where Salman Khan was stuck in that gas leakage. He could not come out. He had fell unconscious for much of the time. Like that, gas leakage takes place and many people had to suffer there in Bhopal. Collect more information about Bhopal gas accident, discuss the nature of the accident, how it took place, reasons why did it take place, after effects means what happened after the accident, and preventive measures means what should be done when such type of accident takes place anywhere. So you have to type Bhopal gas leakage on the internet, you will get a lot of information about that accident where 8,000 people had to lose their lives. That was a very severe, large amount of people fell victim to that. Now effect of air pollution on plants and animals. This air pollution affects plants also and animals also. What happens to the plants? Stomata. Stomata is present on the leaf surface. It gets closed due to air pollution. Stomata are the openings present on the leaf surface. That is responsible for the proper growth of plant. If that is closed, the plant growth will not be proper. Slowing down of the rate of photosynthesis. Due to air pollution, what will happen? The rate of photosynthesis in plants. Photosynthesis is a process of production of food in plants. So the rate of photosynthesis will become slow. Slowing down of rate of photosynthesis will be there. Then growth of plant is retarded. Retarded matlab growth will stop there and leaves fall off or leaves will become yellow. Because of air pollution, leaves of plants, leaves of trees, they fall. There is leaf shedding and also they become yellow. The green colored leaves, they turn to yellow because of air pollution. So plants are affected. Animals are also affected due to air pollution. The respiration in animals is adversely affected. There are many respiratory problems because of this air pollution. Then there is irritation of eyes, means strongly affected is our respiratory tract and our eyes because of this air pollution process. So I hope you all have understood the topic of air pollution till here. What are the natural reasons, what are the man-made reasons for air pollution? Then how are air pollutants responsible for the effects? They cause many side effects. There are many ill effects of many air pollutants, and now we had seen effect of air pollution on plants and animals. Now they have asked you a question, what is the importance of ozone layer? What are the reasons for depletion in the ozone layer? That they have explained to us on the next page. Pay attention. Ozone layer. We had studied ozone layer is a layer that is present below the stratosphere. See, there are many spheres in the atmosphere like troposphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, ionosphere, like that. There are many layers. So, see, this ozone layer is related to layer stratosphere. Height of 48 kilometers from the earth's surface. This stratosphere layer is situated at a height of 48 kilometers from the ground, from the surface of the earth. So ozone layer is present below the stratosphere. Stratosphere ke niche ozone layer is there at a height of 48 kilometers from the earth's surface. This ozone layer performs an important function in the environment. What does this layer do? It protects the living world of the earth. On earth, there are plants, animals which are called as the living world. Plants, animals, human beings. So this ozone layer, it protects the living world on the earth from harmful ultraviolet rays that are called as UV rays radiating from the sun. It protects the living world on the earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays. These are very powerful rays. These are radiated from the sun. This you had studied in 6th standard and 7th standard also, I remember, about ozone layer. Ozone layer is a layer of earth present below the stratosphere 48 kilometers from the earth's surface. It protects the living world on the earth from harmful ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun. However, nowadays ozone layer is getting depleted. Ozone layer is being finished slowly. The layer is being affected slowly due to some reasons. Now what are the reasons that are responsible for depletion of ozone layer? See, the first reason is greenhouse effect and global warming. Now see what it is. Greenhouse effect and global warming. Though carbon dioxide is present in very less quantity in the atmosphere, nitrogen is present in highest quantity. Carbon dioxide is not present to that much, it is present in very less quantity in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide gas. Then also carbon dioxide gas plays very important role in absorption of solar heat. See, sun is very hot. If the heat of the sun reaches to the earth directly, the people on the earth will die due to the strong heat of the sun, due to the high temperature of the sun. So that is why this ozone layer is there in between. It stops the rays to come directly to the earth. It protects the earth from the hot rays of the sun. So what they have given here, though carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere in very less quantity, it performs function of absorption of solar heat. Solar heat, sun's heat, it reaches the ground. This carbon dioxide, it absorbs the heat of the sun. Over the last 100 years, what happened last 100 years? Proportion of carbon dioxide has been increased due to industrialization. This carbon dioxide proportion in the atmosphere is increased due to industrialization. Just now we had seen in the previous part. Industries, they release carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide gas, and they are pollutants, they are not good for the environment. And in this previous 100 years, the amount of carbon dioxide is increased due to a process, that is industrialization. And due to this increased carbon dioxide proportion, it has affected the earth's temperature. Effect of this carbon dioxide on the earth's temperature is nothing but greenhouse effect. Because of this high proportion of carbon dioxide on earth's temperature, it is nothing but it is called as greenhouse effect. Similar to carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane and CFC also trap the heat. CFC is chlorofluorocarbons. Again it is a compound of carbon only, chlorofluorocarbons. They also help to trap the heat. Collectively, these are all called as greenhouse gases. All these are together called as greenhouse gases. Which are the greenhouse gases? Carbon dioxide, then nitrous oxide, methane and chlorofluorocarbons. These are called as greenhouse gases. So they have given here, global temperature is gradually increasing due to greenhouse effect. Due to the increase in proportion of carbon dioxide, the global temperature around us is increasing day by day, due to which atmosphere is changing. Atmosphere is changing continuously, and that is causing disturbance. Where it is disturbing? It is disturbing the agricultural yield, means farming. Farming process is disturbed, production of crops is disturbed, distribution of wild animals. The wild animals are to be distributed, that process is disturbed. Then icebergs and glaciers are melting, causing increase in the sea level. The snow is melting because of the hot temperature of the sun, and because of that icebergs and glaciers, they are also melting, and it is causing increase in the level of water in the sea. That is causing increase in the sea level. So this is the reason why ozone layer is getting depleted nowadays. The second reason for depletion of ozone layer is acid rain. Now what is this acid rain? See, from the word what you see, acid rain means rain of acid. So they have explained what is acid rain. Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, means sulfur oxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxide, all this, they are released into the atmosphere. They are not good for health, they are pollutants. So sulfides of, that is oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, are released into the atmosphere. How they are released? They are released through the burning of coal, timber and fuel oils. These oxides are released in the atmosphere through burning of coal, timber and fuel oils. These oxides which are released, they mix with the rainwater. When these oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, they mix with the rainwater, then they form acids. After mixing with the rainwater, they form acids like sulfuric acid, nitric acid and nitrous acid. After mixing with the rainwater, they form acids. These acids mix with the raindrop. These acids then they get mixed with the raindrops and snowflakes and come down as rain, called as acid rain. So this acid mixed with the rainwater, that is why the rain coming down is called as the acid rain. And there are many effects of this acid rain because chemicals are mixed in it. These pollutants are mixed and they form acids. So there are many ill effects. Acidity of soil and water bodies increases due to acid rain. The acidity of soil increases and this affects the growth of crops. And also water bodies increases due to acid rain. The rivers, the lakes, they also get polluted. It harms the aquatic organisms, plants and entire forest life. Due to this acid rain, sea, aquatic organisms living in water, then plants and entire forest life is affected due to acid rain. Total ecosystems are adversely affected. Ecosystem means living and non-living part on the earth. They are all adversely affected due to this acid rain. Students, I will explain this acid rain in more detail in the next lecture. Now, I tell you to read this lesson after I finish this lecture so that everything will be understood more clearly to you. Read the finished part also and the remaining part also so that everything is understood more properly to you. Thank you, students. I end my lecture here.